guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Mowers. Good morning. Today I'm going to be working on this Ariens Deluxe 24 snowblower. This is a snowblower sold by Lowe's, Home Depot. Pretty good snowblower. This was made in 2016, so this is about 5 or 6 years old. And this belongs to my neighbor across that way, about a block down, Dawn. I've worked on her recycler, Toro recycler push mower a few times and helped her out with a few small jobs like sharpening mower blades and stuff like that. But this past snowstorm, the husband, Keith, said that the engine runs just fine, right? But when he engages the transmission to go forward or backwards, sometimes the wheels don't engage, right? It just sits there unless he pushes it himself, right? And it clicks sometimes, like something's catching. And he didn't want to use it anymore because he was afraid that the more he used it, the more he might damage the whatever mechanisms that's causing the problem. So he asked me, hey Henry, can you take a look at it for me? I'm like, I've got so many things on my own plate. And as you guys know, I don't like working on other people's shit, right? I only work on my own shit, right? Because to take one of my things out of queue and immediately start working on a neighbor's thing kind of throws me off a little bit, right? But fortunately, it's been so cold that I'm in hibernation mode, you know, don't even really want to go outside. Today is a beautiful day. It feels like 45, 50, but then again, I do have 4 jackets on. Anyway, I'm kind of worried about it because this has the auto turn feature on it, where it allows you to independently swivel and turn the machine because the differential's not locked. See, like most snowblowers are, if you try to turn it, the wheels will lock because both wheels won't turn opposite directions like this one does. And as you can hear, as I'm swiveling it like that, it clicks. So I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the auto turn, which I think is just his problem. So look, I'm just gonna show you what it does, all right? And I don't know myself. But we're gonna start this baby up and see exactly what's wrong with it. Okay, here we go. So we know it starts up and everything. That's what he told me. I'm gonna prime it a couple times. It's on start. The key is on. Fuel shutoff is off. So it should just start, right? Huh. I want to choke it. It is choked. Alright, let's take it off choke. I smell gas. What the hell? Hold on. We need gas. Into the sounds. Making something wrong. Why doesn't this start? Unbelievable. Primed it. Did I prime it too much? I didn't think I did.
Hey Henry, why don't you try the electric start?
Hey, why don't I try the electric start? All right. Start, choke, primed, on. What the hell am I doing wrong here? Off, on. stop. Oh, for goodness sakes. This is on, not off. Let's see what's wrong with it. So as you guys saw, it seems like when you put it into first gear, reverse seems like it's okay, but it's still a little hinky. Like when you put it into reverse, it goes reverse, but it kind of has a clicking sound. Click, 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 you know? Here, if you had it in first gear, it kind of clicks and moves, clicks and moves, clicks and moves like that. And then if you put it any higher than first gear, it won't go at all. Like you'll put it like down like that and it won't move at all, you know? Unless you probably, if you pushed it yourself, it might work. So let's put this thing on its face and see what's up with the transmission. Here we go, got a piece of cardboard over there. Scratch up the bucket or drain oil or gas onto my driveway. And this is the service position. And it looks like we have a couple of 3/8 bolts that we got to remove from the pan. And we want to just be able to see what the hell is going on with that, with the interior part of the transmission. Let's just first take off these two 3/8 ones. Maybe this will come off just like that. Nope. Oh dear. I have to take these off, but then I would need a wrench. Okay, here we go. It's a pain in the ass, man. Six bolts to remove the cover. And we've got issues already. I can see it. Aha! That's the problem. The rubber part that goes on this friction disc is broken. That would cause the problem because if this disc was in the part where it's not touching the plate, you know, it's not going to be touching, therefore it's not going anywhere. So that's the problem. Man, this is kind of a pain. Friction disc, you got to remove that entire axle assembly just to get it out. And I don't know if I have one of those friction discs, you know. Here we go, give you a better look at what's going on over here. It looks like the this friction disc over here, I call it a friction disc, I'm not sure if that's what it's called. The rubber has come off of it. That's a shame because it's just a rubber part, you know. I don't know how it's adhered on here, but if you could just replace the rubber part, it would work. But I think it all comes from the factory that way. It looks like if you remove these 3 bolts, it comes off of this thing here. But either way, you'd have to get this disc on here, you would have to remove this axle, which means that you'd have to get those 3 bolts off of that one to get that plate off, because that's what's holding the axle in place. I would think you would have to do the same thing on this side, the part with the belt on it too, onto the cog. So you'd have to remove those 3 bolts too. To have better access to it, you'd have to remove the wheel so it's easier to do. The wheel looks like it's just kept on by these things here. Not a big deal, I don't think. But I think we would have to do that. Now the disc itself. Check this out. How on earth do I have an Ariens disc? Actually, Pro Parts Direct, when they sponsored me like 2 years ago, they sent me 3 of them. Friction disc. I believe it's the same exact one. Looking at it, this looks bigger, but I think it's just deceiving, you know. I'd have to figure out if this is the same one. This is 1708. Man, that was a hell of a year, huh? 1708. Didn't know they had snowblowers back then. Arf, arf, arf. Look at that, look at that. Can you guys make that out? Actually, that says 1702. Or, does that say 1708 or 1702? Can't see that. I think it's the same disc, man. So as long as I have the part, I guess I'm going to start taking the wheels off and then loosening those 3 bolts, these 3 bolts, and those 3, and see if we can slide that axle to the right, slip this out, put the new one in, tighten the bolts, slip the axle back in again, put the plates on, put the wheels on, and that should be it. Guess I'm going to try that. Let's start off by removing this wheel. Looks like it's just something like this. To remove this retaining clip off, flathead screwdriver. There we go. Wheels off, and so is the key. Don't lose that key. Remember, I put it back into the keyway. I'm going to loosen these 3 bolts here. Just to see if that loosens up the axle. Or the shaft that the disc sits on. As you can see, there's a bearing on here. I don't think the orientation makes any difference, but I'll just hold it like this so that I know it goes on like that. And look, it is free floating. Okay, I need this to go that way. How am I going to do that? I'm going to remove this wheel too. It's interesting. Loosen this one. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm going to pull this shaft out of that cog assembly. Oh man. Oh. Okay, it looks like I can remove this clip here. Once I remove this clip, I can slide. I wonder how that went. Oh no! Oh no! How did that go? How did that go? I'm gonna have to go back to the videotape because I don't remember how that went. Alright, I'm screwed. Anyway, this thing slides out like this. Oh man, what have I gotten myself into? I sure hope I remember how to put this back again. And there we go. This assembly has come out. There's the friction disc, and now looking at the number, it is indeed 1708. So I have the exact disc for it. Just wonder where that washer goes. Anyway, here it is. There's a comparison. They're exactly the same. Perfect. Mine looks bigger. Well, that's because the rubber shoes are better. But it's Ariens 1708. Ariens 1708. It's exactly the same thing. So that'll do it. Just have to reverse everything I just did, you know? Why do they stick the stickers on the part like that? You know, isn't that just annoying? So annoying. Anyway, it looks like it's half-inch bolts. I want to get it in the right orientation to be 100% sure. Like if you look at it, the two are here. I want to match up the words. Ariens 708, 1708, 1708. So it has to be, I want to make sure, that's all. So, right orientation. That doesn't seem right to me. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Does that seem right to you guys? Here we go. Now this is ready to be placed back on there again. Slip the shaft through the hole. And now I have to figure out how this went. I might have to go back to the videotape. I don't know where this washer went. How did that washer go? And why there's only one washer, you know? Why is there only one washer when there's two ends to it? Does this washer go here? Well, because this is the only part that had that on there, does this go underneath it or above it? I don't know. I don't really know what it does either. Why is it there? Did it go like that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the videotape again because I don't remember. Okay. Fortunately, I had taken a picture of it to show Dawn and her husband, and this is what it looked like. The washer was on the bottom. Okay, this top one here, this part here was on that side, and it was on the bottom of that. That's what it looked like. Push this all the way through to get to the cog. It's splined. And there we go. I think that's right. Actually, I was wrong again. It's actually the other way around. Do I have to take this apart? Let's see. Yep, might as well. Okay, this thing here, it was actually like this. That makes more sense, because that tab would hold it better. There we go. That's how it went. Let me show you in case you guys get confused. Washer on the bottom, that thing on the top, with that tab being right there. See? That makes sense because it stops it. This part here holds it along there so it can pivot and move like that. That's right. That's right. Glad I figured that one out. It really helps to take pictures of what you're taking apart, especially if you've never done it before. This goes into the cog, which is splined, goes all the way through until it stops. I'm going to push this clip back in there again. There we go. And I think that's it. Remove that. And I'll put the bearings back on the other ends. Okay, I didn't put the bottom cover on yet. As you saw, I put the wheel on, and then when I put this wheel on, I forgot to put on the axle plate. So I had to take the wheel back off again, put it back on. So I want to test it to see if it works, but I wanted to explain this. I mean, this is just dumb. Okay, so look. This has the stop logo on it. Means stop, right? What the fuck does that mean? What does that symbol mean? Does that mean engine? Does that look like an engine to you? But this says locked. And this says unlocked. So, I mean, isn't that an opposite logo? You're unlocking it, but it's stopped. Here you're locking it, and it's running? That's stupid, man. That's why I was confused before. So now that's run, I guess, or on. Tell you. I mean, is it just me, or do you guys think that's retarded too? I'm sorry, I can't say retarded. Should we just pull it and run? Let's see. Choke. Oh boy. Fine. Shout out to JPJP for buying a sticker. Special thanks to John Pruss over at Turning Wrenches over at Madison, Tennessee for donating some money to the channel. Huge shout out to my buddy Mike Pelzik and his daughter Savannah for donating a large amount of money to Mowers and Blowers. Really appreciate all the support of the subscribers. Keeps me going, and now we're doing it 3 times a week. Hey, I gotta rest too, you know. Anyway, thanks a lot for all your support. So there you go. It's very satisfying because I think that might have been the first friction disc change I've ever done. Really satisfying, actually. And I think I did it easier than what I thought would have. I was thinking about disassembling it, the whole thing, you know? But if you just move things around, you're like, okay, well, if this one comes loose, I don't have to remove that. You know what I mean? So I know that there was like 3 or 4 steps that I would have initially thought I was going to do, but instead was able to remove that friction disc assembly without doing what I thought I was going to do. So, you know, that's a bonus for me because, you know, I thought I was going to make a mess and not remember what I did, you know. So it's always smart to take pictures of what you're doing first so that you don't forget how things go. Like if I didn't take a picture to send to Dawn and Keith, right, about what was wrong with their machine, I wouldn't have that picture to show me where that clip and that washer went, you know. I would have had to stop and go back inside and research the parts diagram to see exactly how it, and you know, sometimes those parts diagrams, you can't figure out heads or tails on that parts diagram. There's so many lines and squiggly things, and you know, what's the most clearest is an actual photograph of, you know, what it looked like before. So before you take something apart that you've never done before, take a picture of every angle so you know exactly where all the parts go. If I didn't have that picture, it would have been much more of a pain in the ass, but really glad that I was able to do that. It didn't take all that long. I think the total job was like hour and a half. I've been out here like 2.5 hours, you know, but today, fortunately, is a decent day. I'm happy I got this thing going. Runs great, and as you guys saw, moves forward and backwards perfectly now. Still don't know how this auto turn works, you know what I mean? But I think it just means that, you know, the differential's not locked and you can freely turn it, you know? I don't know if you can call that auto turn, but either way, fixed it for them. I'm going to charge them about 40 bucks for the disc. It's about how much it costs, you know. Add some labor in there, you know, give them a break because they're my neighbors, but I got to make something for the time that I put into it, you know what I mean? It's a complete disassembly of the transmission, for goodness sakes. Anyway, like I said, I don't do repairs for other people, I just do it myself, but it was satisfying that I could fix it, you know, pretty easily, actually. You know, it was dirty job and stuff, but and that's what I mean by not wanting to fix other people's stuff. Because you see, if I had picked this snowblower off the street, right, and I had that problem, I would fix it and I'd be even more satisfied because I keep this. Now, after I fixed it, put my work into it, I got to give it away to somebody. You know what I mean? That's the feeling that I get. And that's the reason why I don't fix other people's stuff. Is because I don't have the satisfaction of keeping it and selling it for myself. I just fixed it for somebody else. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. But that's how I started. You know what I mean? So it's tough to fix things for other people and then give the machine away. You know, it's not yours. You take more effort into your own machine too, you know? Whereas for somebody else, you may not really care so much because it's not yours, you know? Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this friction disc replacement job. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, I'm Andy from Jericho.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.